Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How did the Ottomans rule during times of fitna with relation to the events of Ashura and other groups of Muslims who were outside of the general norms of the approved way of life by the Khilafat?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. During the time of the Ottomans, let me put it very simply, this is a very big subject, there are always people who are not so-called norms of the establishment. And the Ottomans, they had that power, but they did not crush them completely. They didn't. They just let it to be. As long as what? As long as they don't make fitna. As long as they don't become a fifth column. You understand? You say that now our aim, that we're different from them, is to take down their government and to establish. As long as it doesn't pose that threat. This is completely sunnah. Prophet ﷺ had that power to tell all the Jews, say you have to declare shahadat, or else I'm going to kick you out. He didn't. He had that power. He allowed them to practice, allowed them to be different. But the minute that you're going to pose yourself as fitna makers to destroy people and to destroy the order and to bring down that way, now our deal is broken. And if you do that, you're going to be punished. That is in every government. That is in every agreement. That is not specific to just Islam or something. That is common sense. You want to be different? You are different. But if you're trying to destroy what we have established, then we have to say either back off or you're not going to find yourself too comfortable around here. So that is how they did. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was very, very important to the Ottomans. The Ottomans raised the love and the attachment and the value of the Prophet to very high stations that the Umayyads and even the Abbasis, they did not reach. And they're able to achieve that balance. They were looking out, while the earlier ones, they were hunting down the Ahlul Bayt. The Ottomans, they were looking for every Ahlul Bayt that is in their kingdom, in their area, saying, from now on, you must not work. You cannot work because you're coming from the bloodline of the Prophet. They wear special turbans, they have special clothes that they are wearing so that people know this is Sayyid, this is Sharif. The Ottomans themselves, the government would give them a monthly, stipend. Your job now is only to pray for the Muslims, to pray, don't work. They are the ones who raised the Mawlid and Tariqat very strong during the time of the Ottomans. They are the ones who are doing it. And their love of the Ahlul Bayt is a very high order. Did they go to war with the Safavis? Yes, they did. Safavis, time and time again, it is showing they were always being allies with the Vatican and with the West. This is open history. And their aim is to bring the Khilafat down and to wipe out Sunni Islam. When it becomes like that, then they say, no, you've passed your limits. And wasn't it Sultan Selim Khan? Then he went east. All other sultans, they went west to bring Islam west more. He went west a little bit, then he went complete east to crush the Safavis. So that now you're not going to get any confusion now to bring down the love of the Prophet ﷺ in Islam. Yet at the same time, I've said this in a sohbat years ago, you have to understand that the empire is built on tariqat and Sufism. It is state-sponsored. And especially the Nakshibendiya, they are the ones who are given the power to hold the major jamis, the official mosques. That's why now, if you go to Turkey even now, You notice that the way they pray is very similar to the way that we pray. Reciting 3 ikhlas in between, all the du'as that they're making, everything. Because they're getting the Nakshibendi sheikhs now to be able to hold on shariat-wise to the whole realm now, strongly, because they are the ones known to hold the shariat very strongly and not to deviate. The other ones, a little bit here and there, they start mixing things up. Yet, they were teaching the highest level of spirituality. And in the time when the Ottomans were fighting the Shia Safavis, the Nakshibendi sheikhs were reading poems of Karbala to the whole masjid, to the whole. So, you understand, this is not personal. They were reading, and they were honoring Hazrat Hussein and the Ahlul Bayt, making people to remember. And that was also the time when the other tarikats, that they were sponsored also by the state, they start changing their silsila to some of them so that it doesn't appear too much Alawi type, more Abu Bakr type, because otherwise they're going to get into trouble. But the Nakshibendiya, they didn't care. They were never asking from the government, and they refuse everything that the government is giving them in terms of building it up. So their way is very different. Our way is very different. So love the Ahlul Bayt. You must. But if that love of the Ahlul Bayt is making you to hate the Sahabe Kiram, there is something wrong with that love. There's something wrong with that understanding. If it's making you to hate Hazrat Abu Bakr, Umar, and Hazrat Osman, and all the other ones, there is something very, very deeply wrong with that. That is off balance. Love them. We love the Prophet, we love the Ahlul Bayt, we love the Sahabe Kiram. That time, when you have that proper, and that time you can come to that ayat of Allah saying, we don't place any distinction between them. They're all beloved ones of Allah. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.